friends. Welcome inside Good Morning Football, presented by Old Trapper Beef Jerky. It's Friday, January 2nd. Jamie Erdahl, Manti Te'o, Kyle Brandt, Willie Colon. The New York studio, the LA studio, but we are talking all 32 ahead of this weekend. It's the Week 18 finale of the 2025 regular season. Games on Saturday, games on Sunday. Kyle, it all matters. We'll have our eyeballs peeled all weekend long.
It's going to be great. And then the weekend after that, guys, wild card time, baby. Let's go. And then it's the really good time. Saturday football, Sunday football. Carbo load tonight, sleep tonight. It's a big football weekend. Starts right here at Good Morning Football. Let's go.
Welcome to Good Morning Football, presented by Old Trapper.
I know you feel it, man. It's going to be a fight. Let's do what we got to do to get this win, man. Let's go!
Owens is there. Touchdown, 49ers.
Who can make a play? I can.
Brandon Lloyd, a diving catch.
Taylor reaches for football, and it's taken into the end zone for a touchdown.
This game has taken quite the turn.
Y'all thought this was a matchup. Mismatch.
Fires near side, going for the end zone. Ball is picked off of the end zone.
When you try me with a sorry receiver like Crabtree, that's the result you're going to get.
A lot made of Richard Sherman returning.
Yeah, that look ugly on you.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
Put a foot on the floor. Let's go. Let's go get it, bro. Let's go get it.
49ers, NFC West champion.
Division game, man. It's going down.
Oh my gosh, it's a beautiful thing this weekend. Jamie, Manti, Willie, and Kyle, GMFB on a Friday, the final Friday of the regular season for 2025, even though we are eking into 2026 at this point. Manti, editorially, we have a bit of a change this segment.
Yep.
You have something prepared for us in a few minutes?
We've got some major stuff coming up after this little segment, a little follow-up. Instead of me doing things in our own lane, I wanted to stay on the San Francisco wave and add some major insight on their quarterback after our little takes on this big NFC West matchup, Jamie.
Okay, it's good to know. We went with NFC red and green flags last hour. We're going to get to the AFC on this side of the hour for GMFB. But with that, we do have to check in with Ian Rappaport, our NFL Network insider, with us this morning. Rap sheets, big names dealing with some significant injuries in the NFC West ahead of the showdown this weekend between the Seahawks and the Niners. What's the update before Saturday?
Yeah, let's focus in on this showdown right here. That was a electric collection of highlights you just showed right there. So many good battles between these two teams. Cannot wait for another one. We'll start, though, with George Kittle, the star tight end for the 49ers. Go out there and test it. Just couldn't quite get there health-wise. So he missed last week. Officially listed as questionable this week, and talked to reporters in the locker room. And Kittle said he absolutely, that's the quote, absolutely expects to play. But the fact that he hasn't yet been listed as a full participant this year, one of the more successful trades we saw during the trade deadline, an electric returner and receiver. He's in the NFL's concussion protocol, working his way back. Yes, it is a short week, but he was a full participant the last day of practice this week. That is a sign that he could clear the protocol in the next 24 hours and play tomorrow night.
That's all good to know. That's juicy, Rap Sheet. Thank you so much. Seahawks at 49ers. This is what we're looking at right now. The Seahawks are 13-3, yet it feels like the 49ers are the ones getting the attention. We did an entire segment on CMC being a potential MVP last hour. We're going to keep talking about the 49ers this hour. Let's do this exercise again and swing it to Seahawks 49ers. Manti, if the Seahawks do blank, they will win. Manti.
Okay, I like it. If the Seahawks can stop Brock Purdy from doing the Dougie, they will win. Because if you guys follow the San Francisco 49ers, when Brock Purdy does, and Kyle, to your point, Jamie, had a great segment about CMC, but number 13 has been phenomenal. If you want to put him in the MVP conversation as well, you could. And I'll go over later on in this segment as why you should. So, Willie, if they stop the man from doing the Dougie, they should win this game.
Yeah, if Seattle's run game comes alive, they will win. Bottom line, you talk about this two-headed dog they have in Zach Zerbinay and Kenneth Walker, and it really makes for a long day. So, KB, I don't think anybody wants to see the Seahawks when them two-headed dogs are coming at you.
They don't, and they definitely don't, and the record speaks for themselves. But I think in terms of speaking, we've already gotten past the chapter of talking about the Seahawks this year where it's like, no attention on the Seahawks, no love for the Seahawks. We're past that. But unfortunately now, when Seahawks topics come up, all you really talk about is Sam Darnold and maybe Jackson Smith and Jigba. Ben, we are guilty of that too. There is an entire team here that deserves to be talked about, to be recognized, to be celebrated. 13-win team. And I think it's a lot of the guys on the defense. If the Seahawks beat the Niners, it's because they out-hit the Niners. I talked about Christian McCaffrey earlier this show about what he's doing, how productive it is. Do you know that there are 17 Seahawks who have a sack, or at least half a sack? 17 players. There's 11 allowed on the field at a time, guys. Do you know that there are 19 Seahawks who have a tackle for a loss? That's out of this world. I've never heard of that before. And maybe it's happened, I don't care. 19 times a Seahawk, 19 different ones have tackled the ball carrier behind the line of scrimmage. It is a swarming defense. It feels like they have 20 guys on the field at a time. McCaffrey is going to have to unveil all of his tricks and ability, and so is Kyle Shanahan, and so is Purdy. But these are two teams that hit, and Seattle will knock your lights out. They are so intense defensively. If they can out-hit San Francisco and all those guys from all top to bottom, the backups, the nickels, the dimes, anybody, they win this game.
The problem is the Seahawks weren't quite there in week 1. San Francisco beat them back then in early September, 17-13, and that was just the beginning of this thing for us. Manti, having watched the 49ers all season long, you've cooked up something major about Brock Purdy today.
You know, KB did his thing about Christian McCaffrey. We're talking about the Niners. This could be 49er Friday. This sounds like what it is. Now, there's different narratives that we've been accustomed to throughout the season. In the beginning of the season, it was the Chiefs and the offense and those struggles there. Patrick doesn't have anyone. He's doing everything himself. We got to wait till week 6 until Rashee Rice comes back. And then also with the Bills and the reigning MVP with Josh Allen, a.k.a. Superman, they have a great run game. No pass game. Why? Because he doesn't have a wide receiver one. His best target is a tight end. But then what about Brock Purdy? What about the revamped offense he had to deal with? Debo, he's gone. Brandon Ayuk. I don't know where Brandon Ayuk is at, but he's not on a football field. Ricky Pearsall, he's missed 7 weeks. Jawan Jennings, he's missed a couple weeks. George Kittle missed 6 weeks, including last week. Yet that 49ers offense since Purdy returned has been phenomenal. The offense is first in points per game. They're fourth in yards per game. Manti, that's the team. How's Brock Purdy doing? Well, let me show you how Brock Purdy has been doing. Since the Dougie, Brock Purdy is undefeated. He has the highest completion percentage, highest passer rating, and the second most touchdowns. There's a lot of 1s and 2s on that list. And the 1 and 2 person that we've been talked about in the MVP conversation has been Matt Stafford and Drake May. But Matt Stafford, he's been playing his best ball. No doubt about that. Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams, 2 of the best wide receivers in the game, so that makes sense. Drake May, he doesn't miss. That makes sense, too. We'll make sense of this. Brock Purdy has the highest pass TD percentage. And if you're thinking like, okay, Manti, that's not enough. Since 1970, Brock Purdy has had the highest career pass TD percentage. Look at all of the guys on that list. It just keeps going and going and going with a guy that doesn't have a wide receiver one, has a consistent revolving door at the wide receiver position. He continues to do major things in a major way. Guys, I got to ask you, when you think about Brock Purdy, I'll start with you, Kyle, because you talked about Christian McCaffrey. The first person to get the ball is the quarterback. How impressed have you been about Brock Purdy and what he's been able to do in this season, given the fact that he hasn't had consistent guys at the wide receiver position?
Yeah, there was almost a storyline developing about, well, you know, just let Mac Jones drive the Shanahan offense. That's really the Ferrari here. And then Brock Purdy comes back and he just looks so good. We're not talking about that anymore, and we shouldn't. That last game against the Bears, pick 6, first play, oops. And then I just don't think he made a mistake the rest of the game. Unbelievably great player right now. Like, listen, it reminds me of the NCAA tournament. You come in with great guard play, and you got this really hot point guard or the shooting guard who cannot miss, like a Kemba Walker type, and they just come scorching into the playoffs. It's almost in a weird way like the Niners, if they don't get the bye, fine.
CMC, have him in the running back slot, roaching him out to the slot. He's a nightmare. He's a nightmare for linebackers and safeties. And you talk about Brock Purdy. The best thing that happened to Brock Purdy this season was Mac Jones, because Mac Jones was playing so well. He was like, man, I'm not getting Wally pipped. I got to get my butt out there. It doesn't matter how I feel. And he started to feel that pressure. He got on the field. He figured some things out. He had to get over his injury bug, and he started cooking, man. This Niner team doesn't make excuses. Brock Purdy doesn't make excuses. They just get it done. I'm not surprised they're in this position. They win, and you're talking about a bye, division, NFC Championship, and Super Bowl all going through Levi, and they have an opportunity in the NFC Championship to get Fred Warner back because he'll be ready to roll, hopefully by that time. Man, the Niners got momentum on the side if they get this win.
Nothing
Jamie.
fires me up more than someone making an NCAA tournament reference, especially in January. Way to go, guys. Appreciate it so much. Who's going to have that hot hand? Who's going to be the Cinderella story? These are all questions we have ahead of the postseason here for the NFL. Oh, my gosh, I can't. From 3.